back to Crypto Gains for another video. My screen should look a lot more clearer than it usually does. I got myself a ring light in the back. Hopefully this makes it look better. In this video, I want to take you through some Bitcoin chart analysis, show you what I see in the charts. Hopefully it can guide you on your crypto journey. If it's sounding interesting, drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Let's do this. Because you know I usually try to bring it every week. I want to show you this chart here. And I want to show you this chart here. And I want to show you this one here. If you liked it, drop that like. Give me a subscribe. Thanks for watching. And I'm only joking. I'm just joking. I want to show you these charts because I see a lot of interesting things happening. And I wanted to break down what I see. Let's start with this. Actually, before I go there, I need to let you know this is not financial advice. Do your further research before you invest your money. This chart here, I've got the 50-week moving average, which is the blue line, and I've got the 200-week moving average, which is the red line. Okay, see here the length is 200, and it's on the weekly time frame. Bitcoin chart I'm using is the Bitstamp. Is it Bitstamp? Oh no, this is the index, the Bitcoin index chart. So you can come on here, you know, search Bitcoin. It's the index one. I usually use the Bitstamp as well, but they're similar. So what am I looking at? If you look at the past with Bitcoin's price action, this blue line has been going for a long time, but we've never seen it cross with the red line ever. You see here, like when it came down, this is like 2014 cycle bottom, came down here, we never saw it cross. It curved around and it came back up. And obviously we saw a massive rally because once the price of Bitcoin broke this blue line, we saw, you can see price action remain above the blue line, right? I also have another moving average, which I'm going to drop on this one here, but we'll talk about this first. And then we had the second bear cycle. You know, there was the blow off top, came down, we pierced through the blue line. And if you remember a few months ago, well, maybe longer than that, 8-9 months ago, whenever it was, I always said to you, I'm looking out for price action for it to pierce this blue line. If it pierces through the 50-week and it cannot get back above, or we print a candle below it, this for me confirms we're in a bear market and I need to start considering what I'm going to sell. And that's basically what we saw here when we saw this candle here in the future. If you remember that video that I made, drop your likes, drop your comments so I know if you're still watching. So, you know, like I said, we've never seen the cross between these two lines. But I have a feeling that we're going to end up seeing one soon with the way this is going. Unless price action over the next month can absolutely explode up, come above this 200-week moving average, and, you know, come above this blue line, it's very likely we may see this line cross with this line. Why am I showing you it? It's because it's called a death cross. Let me see if I can grab up a death cross. Trading. Let me just see if it comes up, because sometimes that can be a bad thing. Let's see if it shows images of a death cross. Where's an example? Well, there's a few examples. Here, let's just use this one as an example. So when the 50 line crosses with the red line 200, see it here, that's an SMA moving average. It calls this thing called a death cross, which means we could potentially, after the cross, if you see in this picture here, after the cross, we see more further downside action. Okay, so I just want to put this on your radar, because if this crosses, we could see a thing where this price action does come up. It could very well come up to the red line or the blue line. Where is it in this photo here? So as you see here, it had a cross. Price action in this photo came up to the blue line, and then it went down furthermore. So let's just analyze this again. So let's say like this blue line, you know, eventually comes down like this, and I'm going to draw it blue so we can see. Let's just grab a blue. Something like this. We could see a situation where this price action here could end up coming up like this, you see, comes up like this, touches this blue line and gets rejected on it, and then all of a sudden price just falls straight down like this, creating a new lower low. So, and I've got this what's it called, a Fibonacci retracement up here, because I'm trying to work out, if it does happen, where's the next level that it will fall to on the Fibonacci, right? And that's what this is here, the Fibonacci. So, and I'm looking at these lines here. So if we, as you can see here, this is the point. What is this actually? Let me extend it as well. I want to quickly extend this. I'll show you what I mean by extending. Let me find it here. Extend the lines to the right. Like that. There we go. So it just basically continues going on and on. We've held support, well, ish. We haven't even come down to it. We've been close to come down to this green line here, which is the point, where is it? 0.5. If we break this, I do expect prices to come down to this next one down here, which is the 0.518. the 0.518 Fibonacci, whether I've drawn it up or not, this is the prices that I'm thinking should this situation occur. So, you know, we might see a nice little rise over the next coming weeks up, and then it might test this blue line, then get rejected and come down. So look out for that, okay? And this could mark what people were saying about it going down to $10,000. Because if you look at where this 0.518 Fibonacci is, this kind of marks down towards the $10,000 price, somewhere down here. So let's see if that plays out. Another thing I want to talk about is the length of how long we've been in this crypto space. I'll talk about that one in a second. This one here. I've got the 200-week heat map up just to remind you guys about every time we've seen this dark blue, and again, this is on the monthly time frame for Bitcoin. Every time we've seen this dark blue, we've been at the bottom of the markets. It's been the bear market. It's been the time to buy. This is a sell your house. I usually say sell your wife because sell your house, sell your wife is like an saying. It's like an expression, but some people get a bit upset when I say it. But you know, this is the time where you want to be buying crypto down here when it's in dark blue. And obviously as time goes on, you see it change color, green, orangey, red. The red is when you want to sell your crypto, because that's, you know, calling the tops of the market. Same thing happened here in the last 2018 cycle. Oh, just zoomed in. How do I zoom out? What did I do wrong? I just zoomed in. Anyway, so the next one was here. You can see at the bottoms of the 2018 bear cycle, it was dark blue. Then obviously we saw a rally, it came up. This rally that we had recently didn't go red. We saw like a orangey, a yellowy kind of color. We never ever saw like the orangey dark red, and that's what I was waiting for. We didn't see it. Maybe the big powers were using their powers that be to manipulate it so we don't see it go certain prices. I don't know. I mean, round about here is when we had Elon talking about buying crypto, 1.5 billion's worth. What else did we have? Loads of different things happening at this space. You know, everyone was like, I'm diamond handing and stuff. So, you know, dark blue is where we are right now. That's what I'm trying to get at. In this heat map, we're at dark blue, and this is the time maybe to be consider, you know, dollar cost averaging, buying as much as you can. Because I keep saying in my videos, there's no point waiting any further when markets have already fallen 90% of the time. This is a good window of opportunity to be buying your favorite coins. Let's take a look at this, right? More specifically, this bottom one here, the stochastic RSI. Why? Because it speaks of when price movement's going to come, when big power moves, big money's going to come in and start buying up. Because this bottom one is about, it's basically buy momentum. Is there a lot of buy power? Is there a lot of sell power? And recently, you know, ever since this blow off top here, if you can see, because many people thought this was the top. I class this as a second top, a double top, but most of the top was here. This was your official top. And you can see it with the RSI. Have a look here, this blue line, which is the RSI. See the blow off tops? They all resemble where the tops are. You see? Look at where the RSI was here. Bang. This was the top of the RSI, matched up to here. We saw the first crash. Then we saw the double top, but look at the RSI. It created is it called a bearish divergence when you get price action go higher, but the RSIs go lower? That causes a bearish divergence, and that's when we saw prices collapse even more. At least I think that's what it was. But this bottom one is what we're looking for, the momentum, because this is where you saw a lot of sell pressure. See, even though we had a second top, there was too much sell pressure. If you was watching this stochastic RSI down here, you would have seen, look, when the blue line crosses with the, let me just switch it up like this. When the blue line crosses with the red line and the red is on top, if it's coming down, you need to pay attention to this, you see, because this is showing there's a lot of sell pressure coming, and that's what happened over the period of time. We were already down here in sell pressure when we printed the next high, you see, so we still have more sell pressure to come, because we, you know, if you look in the past, we were always down here, and if I was to form a baseline like this, a nice white baseline, this is sort of where we've been every time at the bottoms of the bear cycles for Bitcoin. You can see it in 2018 here. Look at where it was down here, and you see down here in 2014, right down here. So what's the time length? How long have we got until the next cycle comes? How long is it going to take? Well, we can take a measured move from when it entered, you know, when it broke this blue zone, when it came down into this extreme oversold conditions, you know, lots of selling pressure. We can measure it from here to here. We're going to look at the past, right? And that's all we can do. Like, whether it's accurate or not, I don't know. It says 577 days is how long it was down there for, okay? When it pierced from here to here, 577 days. How about the next one? So if you look from here, it was from here to about here. It was about 396 days that we were down here. Well, if you take a look at where we are now, where did we pierce it? Well, you can pretty much say we pierced it here. So anywhere from 577 to 396, was it? Let's just call it 400. I don't know. Let's say 500. 500 days from now. It doesn't let me go 500. It says 516. Let's just say 516. 516 days puts us at May the 1st, 2023. So it's very likely that we could start seeing this come up like this, and then we might get a lot of buy momentum come in by May of 2023. I can't confirm it for sure. Don't quote me on it. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to go on these time references as to how long we've been down here for on this monthly time frame in the past. So it's very likely we could start to see this curve around, and then by come May 2023, it'd have been down here for 516 days. And then, maybe we'll see some price action going up. If it happens soon, obviously, I will update you on this chart. And then, obviously, you can take it with you on your journey and decide what you want to do. Should I say any more? Let's just have a quick look at this one. This is it's basically, people call it the Williams alligator. But it's called, and you can grab this yourself for free. You click on indicator templates. Here, Bill Williams 3 lines. And I use it like the traffic lights. So you've got the green light, red light, amber light. And just to recap people in the past, I was saying to you, and it's a powerful one, and this is the last cycle, 2014 cycle. The red line shows a warning sign when you're at the top of the market. If you pierce the red line, that's a warning sign that we're entering this bear market. Then it pierces the orange line, which is the amber light, and then the green light. When it pierces through this green line, this is a sign to say the bottom's coming in. And as you see here, shortly after the bottom came in, right here. But look at this, when the green line crosses with the red and the orange, this is your sign that the bottom could have very well have happened. Because when you see the green cross with the the red and the orange, you can see that was our bottom here, and that was the cross, and then this is it. This was our opportunity to be buying up as much as we can. And the same works for when you're seeing it reverse to come back up. So you've got your red line down here. When prices break the red line, that's a confirmation that we could have already seen the bottom of the markets. It pierces through the orange line as a confirmation. And then the green line, when it pierces the green line, it says, look, that's it. This is our window of opportunity. The bull run's beginning. You better get yourself ready. So, because, after it pierced this green line here, came up, look, prices just bounced and went absolutely crazy. And it holds true again. So, obviously, we had a bit of a mix-up on this one because of the COVID that happened. It was a random crash. But anyway, look, it pierces the red line. Amber's your warning sign. Green is saying that we're coming close to a bottom. And again, notice when the bottom is in over here, we've got the green line crossing with the red line and the orange line that confirms this was the bottom. You see? And then look, when it's ready to come back up and start going crazy again, we've got the breaking of the red, orange confirms it, and then the green candle says, yeah, actually this is it, we're on the races. And you can actually still use this green line as confirmation to say that we are still on the races, we're going up higher. Because look, notice, even though we had the COVID crash here, look at where the price action got bought up to. It came up to this green line, and it stayed above this green line. So even if we had this drop, we were still above the green line. So the races were still on. In my eyes, they were still on, and this is why we saw price action go crazy. So what are we waiting for in the future? We're waiting for price action to pierce this red line and then get confirmation of the orange line, which is the amber light. And then once it pierces this green line, this is it. This is where we're going to see fireworks and prices are going to go crazy. So right now it's kind of hard to see because, Bitcoin's got time to come through these these lines. They've got a bit of time to come through, but things can happen fast. Things can change quite quickly. So we'll see what happens as time goes on. Maybe we'll see something like this over here in the past where, prices just come through like this and then we hold above it and then we go up. So that's my analysis for Bitcoin today. Hopefully it can guide you on your journey with crypto, because whatever happens in Bitcoin usually tends to happen with the rest of the altcoins. If you liked it, drop that like, give me a subscribe, become a Patreon, because I share videos like this to them all the time. They're seeing it early, they can prepare themselves. And if you want great technical analysis like this that can guide you on your journey, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss out. Look, I've got 7 tiers. Take your pick. I'm seeing loads of new patrons come in. Welcome in. Big up to you all. This tier here is my exclusive VIP partner tier. I recommend this one because this unlocks all my posts. You can see when I'm buying, selling, staking, the whole lot. If you can afford it, go for my next tier above. It gives you access to my VIP Telegram group. In here is where magic happens. I'm talking to them way before I buy, way before I sell. I was talking about projects a week ago that I didn't even buy yet, but most people probably bought it in that group. And then I did a buy alert a week later because I thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy some. So this is why it's good to get in here, because you get to talk, hear what I'm talking about before I do it. And on top of that, you got big money in this space. They know how to make money. High crypto profile users. Get yourself involved. Guys, thanks for watching. Oh, and the link is in my info section. Click it, come over. Thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.